Welcome back to the Knick-Knack Review. I am your host, Clint the Knick-Knack, and today we're looking at What If, Episode 5. Let's get started. So in this episode, we get to see the Hulk being transported down to Earth via Bifrost. Much like in the beginning of Infinity War, we see him land in the Sanctum Sanctorum, and however, instead of getting greeted by Wong and Doctor Strange, he lands in an abandoned Sanctorum. Now, it's not long after he lands in there that he actually discovers the entire city is abandoned, and not long after that, he discovers that his friends have turned into, well, zombies. Now, this episode is loosely based off of the comic book title Marvel's Zombies, where a virus turns most of the Marvel universe, well, into zombies, even the cosmic beings. Imagine Galactus, the world devourer, as a zombie. You thought his hunger was bad before? Just wait. Now, Spider-Man actually ends up taking the lead role in this episode, and I thought that was absolutely perfect because you have this young kid who's very familiar with the zombie apocalypse, probably has watched every movie known to man, and he's like, oh, I was born for this. So this is what we got to do. This is where we got to go. This is what we got to have. And I thought it was absolutely perfect. We actually get another little bit of a what if where Bucky actually fights a zombie Captain America and ends up getting the shield. So it's kind of like we get Bucky as Captain America, even if it is for a little bit of an episode. But of course, he doesn't take the mantle. He just has the shield. But I thought that was actually nice to see Bucky as a good guy with the shield. The whole group, which consists of Spider-Man, Bruce Banner, Okoye, Bucky, and Hope Van Dyke. They're on a train and they end up at a location where they find Vision. Turns out, he's kind of responsible for all of this. Now, he's not responsible for the entire virus, but you find out that he's actually been feeding people to an infected Wanda who is going crazy with her powers as a zombie. We also get an amazing scene, few scenes actually, with Scott Lang. Turns out he was bitten, but Vision actually kind of cured him, but not really. And when you see him, there's a huge, just him being what he was, a head in a jar, you get a huge Futurama reference. He absolutely steals the episode from that moment that he is introduced. One line after another, and of course Paul Rudd is actually the voice behind his character Ant-Man, and he just completely steals the episode. Every line was hilarious, and not only it's better that you know it's him, but it's just a head in a jar spitting out one-liners, and it was absolutely perfect. Now, in this episode, you do see a lot of heroes go down because, heck, it's a zombie apocalypse. I mean, if you watch Walking Dead, you know you don't get too attached to too many characters, but even though this was a what if, it kind of sucked to see some of these characters going down. I was like, oh man, I hope they would survive and they would survive. But since you know that it's not a movie that it's going to affect everything, and they're not going to put that in a cinematic universe, it's kind of like, well, I don't care that much because we still have some of those characters. Now, Chadwick Boseman actually comes back for this particular episode, and I wasn't aware of that, so I'm not sure how many more episodes he's actually in. But you definitely want to mark this one down as definitely one of his last. And towards the end of the episode, we actually see a zombie Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet with 5 stones. Now, how in the world did Thanos with 5 stones get infected? I mean, come on. Look at what he was able to do to the Hulk with 1 stone. And actually, he didn't even use the Infinity Gauntlet when he was fighting the Hulk. So how in the world did he get infected? I would love that answer. All in all, this was a great episode. This show just keeps getting better and better, I must say. I mean, from the first episode till now, it has gotten superbly better. And I can't wait to see if there's going to actually be a season finale, or if they're just going to have it like each episode and then, oh, okay, that's the last episode. Can't wait for season 2. Or are they going to actually have somewhat of a 2-parter last episode? That would actually make more sense. Because again, this show is not a show that has each episode leads into each other like the actual live action Disney Plus shows. This one is actually just an episodic show that has different stories, same characters, but rather just different stories. It's not leading to anything. However, I would really like to see if it's going to lead into anything in The Watcher. Maybe he has something cooking up that we have no idea. Like with the other episodes, you have most of the cast returning in this episode. You can unfortunately hear some of them that have been recast, and it's kind of a little bit of a downer, but the replacements that they have are spot on. There are some great moments with the cast that have been replaced, and they do a really good job in honoring the original actors. Well, that about does it for me, guys. Let me know what you thought in the comments below about this episode. Let me know in the comments below also what you would like to see in the future What If episodes. And while you're there, don't forget to, well, you know what to do. As always, I'm Clint the Knickknack, and I will see you on the next one.